All right, I'm Kevin, and we're back with Jessica, obstacle course racer. So today we're going to talk about front squats. Jessica is climbing mountains as part of her obstacle course racing. Also, she has to carry heavy loads as an obstacle, like sandbags, buckets, or logs. So having strong legs is very important to that. Most of the time, these weights are front loaded, so they're carrying the bucket in front of them, or the weights on their shoulders, but it's always got to get up there. So the front loaded weight is going to require some lower back stability, which is very important. Also, climbing is going to cause her to be leaning forward for long periods of time and a lot of isometric holds in the lower back. So that's why we chose the front loaded leg movement today. So front squats, today we're using kettlebells. You can also use this with a barbell. Either way, the weight is in the front rack position, so the weight's going to be in front. And that, again, is going to stress the lower back to isometrically keep her stable and keep her upright. The way I would teach this to a client is have them put their elbows pointing forward and have them do a squat versus hands back. That's going to teach them to keep their arms up. With a barbell, there's 3 different grips you can use. Shoulder mobility is very important, as holding the bar like this in the front rack position is going to require the elbows to be up. Some people can't do that, so you can cross your arms. Ultimately, what we want to do is contract the anterior deltoid, which creates a shelf. That shelf is where the bar is going to hold or notch, it's sometimes known, and that's going to keep the bar there. If our arms are up, you're going to have a bigger notch, but again, some people lack shoulder mobility. Another option for people that don't have good shoulder mobility is to put straps around the bar and then hold the straps. Today though, we're using kettlebells. So, next, 2 examples of people doing this wrong are, 1, their elbows come down and they're putting a lot of stress on their wrists. I just talked about the barbell. Some people keep the weight in their fingers, or in their hands rather, and the weight is not on the notch. That's putting all the stress on the wrist and the forearm. That's going to cause injury or tendonitis. It's definitely setting yourself up for failure. What we want to do again is keep it on the notch. That's going to keep the barbell on your structure and on your skeleton, and that way you're going to be able to move the weight. Another movement or another issue is, just like with back squats, squat form, the valgus fault, the knees buckle in, the toes are out. That's putting stress on the connective tissue in the knees and risking injury. So as you'll see with Jessica, she's going to keep her knees straight, or her feet straight rather, and push her knees out. Keep her chest up, good posture, keep strong lower back, and keep the weight upright by keeping your elbows high. The preparatory phase for this movement is going to be to clean both kettlebells to get them in the front rack position. The central movement is going to be as she descends or eccentrically lowers the weight into the squat, then concentrically stands. She squeezes her glutes and hamstrings. And the terminal phase is going to be to get full hip extension, full knee extension, and squeeze her butt at the top. During this, I will either palpate her elbows to remind her to keep them up, or her knees to push them out, possibly her hips if they're not coming forward. Two additional ways to make this more challenging would be use heavier weight on a barbell, or we could do overhead squats, which isn't a front squat, but it's going to require more stability in the shoulders and also challenge the legs. So the weights would be overhead versus the front. All right, Jessica is going to maintain good posture after, once she gets this. So she's going to lift these up, clean it, flat back. Glutes are here. Go get your elbows up. All right, feet are parallel. When she comes out, her knees are going to go down. She's keeping those elbows high. Good job. Get flat back. Good job squeezing your hips, squeezing your glutes at the top. Good job with the elbow. Knees are out. Weights back on the heels, not on the toes. Good job breathing. As you can see here, her back is stabilized. She's keeping her chest up. Her T-spine's not rounding, which is another risk for injury, or that'll push her forward onto her toes. At the top, full hip extension, full knee extension. All right. Go ahead and put the weights down safely. All right, and that's just to go with the front squat.